from the Oklahoma Department of Wildlife Conservation, Outdoor Oklahoma. Well, hello and welcome to Outdoor Oklahoma. I'm Todd Craighead. You know, we're blessed to have tremendous waterfowl hunting opportunities here in Oklahoma. A generous season, plenty of well-developed public areas, and most importantly, lots of birds. And perhaps more so than any other type of hunting, the waterfowler is a slave to the weather, and it seems the nastier it is outside, the better the duck hunting is. Yet even with that said, there's probably no greater satisfaction in the outdoors than a successful duck hunt. And today, we're going to join two of our own Wildlife Department folks on a late season duck hunt on the Canadian River. Josh Richardson is our migratory bird biologist and Jeff Neal is a wildlife technician. Both gentlemen have dedicated their careers to waterfowl conservation and are pretty good duck hunters as well.
This area in the river has been pretty good in the past. We've been out here for almost 10 years now, and it seems to change a little bit where they want to go to every year. But
yeah,
you can get set up on these sandbars out here, and it usually works out pretty good. There's a little still water around.
Yeah, I'd say it must change quite a bit. I've been out here with you 3 times and set up in a different spot every time.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, the face of the river does change some. A little bit of high water, those sandbars will disappear.
Stay.
Meg, hey, Gila. We had a good day out about a week ago. A lot of birds moving. We had 3 guys out, and just about everybody limited out that day, which is a little unusual out here. We'll have quite a few birds working around, and they just work to the decoys or not.
Yeah, finally we're thawing out about that time after all that ice.
Mm-hmm.
Get a lot of birds moving kind of back up to the north, getting back up where they got some good food and all.
Right. There were some high flyers that day looking like they were on the move. But I think they were queuing in a little bit of this ag base over here.
The last couple of years, you know, it seems like we've always had our best hunting right here at the end of the season. This year it's kind of been a little bit different. We had a good batch of cold weather back in December and seemed like moved a lot of birds down. Now it's getting to be the end of the season and it seems like we're starting to dry up again. So
yeah.
It's a little backwards this year.
Yes, it is. Yeah, normally we can depend on that last of the season, having a few birds moving in, going a little movement back north, and little concentrations of birds there in the area, but not yet. Still working?
A little bit. Coming back over here.
Circling around. Good girl.
Girl, Putty, fetch up.
Come on, Mick. Come on, Mick. Come, Mick. Let's go. No bird. No bird. Come.
Come on, Putty.
Oh, she's gonna have to look. Get her running out. Good job, buddy. That girl, she's gonna go all the way to the other side. Thinks there has to be another one. She doesn't take off like that. Too much energy. Oh, fart. Another thing, she can't hear. That's not good either.
No, that doesn't help.
Got Meg when she's about 10 weeks. She's a little older than what I like, but I didn't have a lot of options there at the time. And she's going on her 12th season. She'll be 12 years in April. But she's starting to stove up a little bit in the front shoulder with a little arthritis, so I give her a little medication now and then, especially when it's cold. That's kind of what you have to do with the older dogs. I was told by a vet that an aspirin a day doesn't hurt either when they're older like that for the joints, better circulation. She's getting around pretty good right now. Of course, it's fairly mild days though, like it is today. Come on, Meg, let's heal up over here. Come on, let's go. Come on, heal up. Heal up, right here. Good girl. She's a small lab too. They just get a whole lot smaller than what she is. She's from 48 to 50 pounds normally. And that's an unusually small, but I kind of like the grocery bill a little better. She still shows a lot of puppy in her.
Yeah.
A lot of hard headedness anyway.
Putty's 5th season, I guess, here. I picked her up 5 years ago in July now. She's been on several hunts. Doesn't always get to do as much work with her as I'd like, but she's, like you say, good companion around the house too. So she gets spoiled in the off season and gets to sort of try to work it off during season. She's a bit bigger lab than Meg is there. She runs about 90, 95 pounds right now. So she's definitely got some more size to her. But she's a pretty good dog, and like I say, hopefully have several more good years up in front of us here. She's pretty well got broke in good. She knows what she's doing now, so hopefully we'll get several more good hunting years together. Oh,
I hate to shoot with all them other ones coming. We can land over there. Oh, them dirty birds.
There's actually a pond or something over there. Or?
It's a little wet, and that. Shoot, they're not paying any attention. Yeah, they're breaking a little bit. Yeah, they're looking. too are gonna
Yeah.
come on in. Yep, bird in the hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought they were all gonna come right in after that one looking so close.
Mm-hmm.
Should have whacked him. And get them as they come back this way.
Good shot there, yeah.
Got a fairly mild morning out here this morning. I think it's in the high 30s and the maybe even low 40s this morning. Couldn't be too much better.
Yeah.
Been listening to the weather, and they're expecting a major cold front coming in with a lot of ice and snow, and sometimes you're lucky enough to hunt ahead of that. You can have a little bird movement. I don't know if we're actually seeing that today, though.
Yeah, so far not a lot, but I bet there's going to be a pretty good number of birds moving tonight and up through tomorrow morning right before it gets here.
I bet they do. Come on. Going for the rest of the gang. Dadgummit.
He went right back down on it. There's two overhead still.
Come on. Good girl. Good girl.
Patty.
Good
Here. Here. No, here.
Two cup of tea.
Get him.
All right.
Good shot there, Jeff.
You too. Come on, right here. Good girl. Hang in here. Good girl. Good girl.
Boy, those teal are pretty birds, aren't they?
Sure are.
Nice
Nice little
cinnamon
compact.
green head and nice wing patch on them and all.
Yeah. Just a neat little bird. See if we have any bands. No, no bands.
No, not that lucky today. Well, Jeff, didn't do too bad today. Got us a couple mallards here and a couple of green-winged teal.
Wasn't a bad morning. I've had a lot worse.
Yeah,
They're different size, and the mallard and the teal. It's pretty impressive. All the different size of ducks that you can get and the colorations.
yeah, they're pretty birds and not a one of them the same, it seems like. So that's one thing that, people, if they get started in duck hunting, they need to be kind of, working on learning to identify some of their ducks, because there's some different regulations for some of the different birds, and so learning to identify your ducks, is real important before you get out and start trying to hunt. But in Oklahoma, it's got a lot of opportunities for hunters out there, people that want to get started in duck hunting, or maybe have been duck hunting before but haven't done it for a while. there are definitely some good opportunities around the state here for them.
Yeah, there are.
So,
Nothing else. There's large watershed ponds and rivers here in the state, and a number of reservoirs that somebody could get started in.
yeah. If you guys wanting to get started, I mean, it's not like they've got to have, you know, several dozen decoys or anything else either. I mean, if you're just dying to try it and don't really have, you know, much anything but just a shotgun and a license, you can, you know, get out and jump ponds even.
Yeah,
I mean, there's
that's
farm ponds that hold ducks and everything else.
a way to start, and being able to ID your birds that way and
Yeah.
get a little closer.
And you know, the other thing is, you know, find yourself a good friend or somebody you know that does go out duck hunting, and you know, tie in with them. That's how I got started back into it. I did some when I was growing up, mainly just, you know, jumping ponds and you know, shooting little ponds like that. Got into college and, you know, got a couple buddies of mine. They were, you know, pretty big into duck hunting, and started going out with them, and kind of lit the fever back up in me too. So.
Always help to have somebody to help you ID the birds at first, and
Yeah.
and get in there and know the regulations and
Kind of.
different aspects like that.
Yeah. Show you what you need and what you maybe don't need. I mean, duck hunting, like everything else, has its, you know, fair share of gadgets as well.
Oh, yeah.
You know, a guy doesn't have to have everything to be a good duck hunter. But there's a lot of opportunities out there, and it's definitely a sport that once you get into it, there's all sorts of different things you can do. I mean, getting yourself a dog, training it up, you know, getting a boat, I mean, there's a lot of different things a guy can do.
To duck hunt.
Yeah.
It's just real enjoyable also. We've had a real pretty morning
Oh
this
yeah.
morning.
You couldn't ask for a better late January day.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm kind of getting hungry. What say we pick up the decoys
I'm about
and
ready to call it a day.
start heading in?
Girls, y'all want to go with us?
Getting started duck hunting is relatively easy here in Oklahoma. All you'll need is an annual hunting license, your Oklahoma waterfowl license, a federal duck stamp, and your free HIP permit. Now, some exemptions do apply to certain groups of people, so always be sure to consult the Oklahoma Waterfowl Hunting Guide to see if any of those apply to you. Now for this week's Outdoor News Report. There's almost an indescribable bond that a hunter has with his dog. First, there's the puppy years of dealing with chewed up boots and accidents in the house. Then there's the countless hours and years of training. And finally, there's the last remaining years of loyalty and respect that the dog and the hunter have for each other. Now, this was an especially memorable hunt for Jeff because it ended up being his dog Meg's last hunt. But as with so many other things in life, Jeff has come full circle and is already training a new pup for next year. Now, if it's been a while since you've been duck hunting, there's no time like the present to try it again. And to help you out, our biologist posts a weekly report of the conditions and the bird numbers at most of our popular public hunting areas right at wildlifedepartment.com. You can even sign up and have the report emailed directly to you. For all of us at your Wildlife Department, I'm Todd Craighead. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you somewhere new next time on Outdoor Oklahoma.